Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to the first edition of Mind Over Game. I'm your host, Pops. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll go ahead and start the show. All right, in the studio today, sitting across from me, these two young men are my sons, and you want to go ahead and introduce yourselves?
What's up? I'm the oldest son, the firstborn, Boyce, B3, however you want to say it. But yeah, that's me.
I'm the youngest, Deric English, a.k.a. Smoove Debo.
All right, and again, I'm Pops, and a basic brief summary of what Mind Over Game is. It's just about having a mind over game mentality, and anything that you do and have a passion for in life is what it's about, and about making that plan, setting goals, things of that nature. And the game is the game of life. And again, that's anything you do in life, whether if it's your job, family, friends, relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It involves all of that and how you can achieve and make things better and having that winning attitude. Because as we know, in a game, someone wins, someone loses. Which side do you want to be on? Let's hope it's winning.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take on that, Boyce?
Basically, like you said, it's a lifestyle. It can correspond with you in no matter what your deal is. Like you said, sports, music, doesn't matter. Famous, not famous, even if you just simply work a 9 to 5, this can connect with you somehow. It's mainly like a daily life type of thing.
Right. Yeah, it definitely is. And what about you, Deric?
For me, it just means to keep going, and you have control of whatever hard times you're going through, and you can just get through it as long as you have the right mindset.
Yep, that's right. And speaking of going through things and having that mindset, we'll start with, Deric, you currently attend Saguaro High School, junior high school, wide receiver, number one receiver in the state. And we had something that I guess you kind of say that was a bump in the road on October 15th this year. Before we get into that, when you had to transfer to the new school and you had to wait 5 games and then on the 15th of October, it was your first game back after having to wait 5 games. And tell us what happened.
My first quarterback, halfway through the first quarter, I already had 3 receptions for like 70, 80 yards. And then on my 4th catch, was a little under route, right at the line of scrimmage. Came off 1 tackle and then planted my foot wrong and tore my ACL and my meniscus.
Yeah, and that was something that, of course, unexpected. And the thing about it, you waited all that time. It had been almost a year
Since
before you played.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in a tackle game.
Yeah, in a tackle game, and then the wait, and then that first game, and that's it. But it doesn't stop there. I mean, you were down for a minute for those, first couple of days.
Yeah.
But then you just bounce right back, and that's why we say with that mind over game mentality.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get this done. And you just had surgery on November 2nd.
Yes,
and
sir.
so what is today is the 7th. And bouncing back already, going through therapy and on the road to recovery.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And, Boyce, what's your take on that whole thing? What were you thinking with all this?
I mean, it kind of ties into this whole lifestyle and name mind over game perfectly. I mean, I don't know how he feels, but I know what he's going through, and it's tough. We even started this way before the injury, and now we're put in the hot seat where we have to go through it. Things he's worked for so long and our family's worked for so long, and we've sacrificed a lot of things to make this happen. And then first game back, on top of that, the first quarter, this tough injury happened. So it's like my brother already said, it's a mindset, it's a mentality. Once you figure it out kind of in your mind and control it up there, basically everything becomes easier.
Yeah, it does, because I think the only roadblocks that people have are they're in their mind. Because if you don't let that be a roadblock, then it's not going to be a roadblock.
Yeah.
Because now people have fears of certain things, and if you don't let that fear stop you, then it's limitless.
Exactly. On top of getting down that life's not fair because, things are going to happen 100% to everybody. So after you get that kind of life's not fair down, you can, it's just all about overcoming, conquering, taking things head on.
Yeah, and it's about just working through those things, because you guys know since you were little, when this is something I've wanted to do for years.
Yeah.
And just I would have that mindset of, I don't have time, and I have to work, and I got to do this, I got to take care of the kids. But if it's something that you want and you got that passion for it, you'll find a way to get it done.
Yeah.
And like this time with it, I just made up my mind, and I came up with this concept and the name, and like when you would tell me, we need to take our own advice.
Take your own advice.
And then that's what I did this time. Started with, this room was emptied out.
Yeah.
And I said, this is going to be it. Made a list. Yeah, and we're not, let's say wealthy financially by any means, but we do survive, we get by.
Yeah.
But I had to make a plan, and what was that? You know what? I had to work as much as I could. I said, if I do this, I work all this overtime, I'm going to use this money to get the things that we need to do this.
Yeah.
And I just made a list of everything that was needed and checked it off every other week. I said, okay, I'm getting this now, getting this, and here we are now. So yeah, we'll just keep hustling with it, going with it, sharing our experiences. Another thing I'll be discussing is the weight loss journey.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one, about getting healthy, staying healthy, and the things that I'm doing. And I'm not a personal trainer, bodybuilder or a doctor or a nutritionist, any of that. I'm just a regular guy like most people out there.
Yeah.
And have battled with the weight issue for years. And I mean years. And this, I'll share what's been working for me. I have my before, but I don't have the after yet.
Yeah.
So I'm in the middle of it, of that journey. So that's why I want to take everybody on this and share with them. And I'll be showing, what's working for me, what I've been doing, the things I eat and the things that I'm trying to do. May not work for everybody, but you can take some tips off of it and make your own path with it.
Exactly about that. May not work for everybody. Same for this channel. We're not here to make everyone happy, just like you guys aren't supposed to make us happy, but it's open arms, and like I said, it can correlate with any and everybody. We said sports, or even in that daily 9 to 5, you needing to get some motivation just to, knock down something in life, like I said.
Yeah, and hopefully it can, reach people and help people, because we all have those times where it gets, tough. We might be down a little bit, but you got to pull up your socks, dust yourself off, and get right back out there.
Yep.
And that's like you're doing with this, Deric. I've seen your attitude, stay positive with it. And for this, with the football, you've always had that passion for it. Since he was little.
Yeah.
And he just eat, drinks, and sleeps.
Yeah.
Football. If he didn't have to sleep, he'd be out there right now.
Yeah, it's huge over here with him.
Yeah, so
you want to just give him a little rundown, maybe where you're at with football, like some rankings and like offers, things like that. Your age, you already said grade junior, but fill them in a little bit, just so they don't think you're like an average or mediocre player, because I'm sure just sitting behind the camera they do. You know what I'm saying?
My freshman year, I started at Mountain Ridge High School. I was supposed to go to school in Buckeye, where we're at right now, but stuff happened. I ended up going over there.
Excuse the dogs.
It's about a 45-minute drive from our house, so we committed to doing that. And I was loving football over there, and then stuff came up, and then I ended up transferring to Saguaro, and it really just kept me wanting to just go, and that's why I was so excited to get back and play. And this was unfortunate that this happened, but I'm a 4-star right now. I got my first offer, freshman year?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Is when everything started changing for me. And then, I got some offers, some pretty good ones, to Oregon, FSU, Washington, what else? Utah, Michigan State,
ASU.
U of A. So, yeah, I'm just racking them up right now and just trying to get back healthy, but I'm going to be back.
No, we didn't know this ACL thing was going to happen. And like he said, we make this whole football thing work. It's a lot for him and the whole family. Like, we're all tied into it somehow. So I know those cheesy minor setback, major comeback sayings, but it's true until you got to put yourself till you're in that position,
Yeah, because I would just look at every torn ACL, just dang, just say it happens, happens until it happens to you, and you, really see, what those people go through. That's why it's, easier to respect people now that have been through injuries and came back so strong. That's how I want to be, and I will.
Yep, definitely. And that's definitely what's going to happen. And we can put up some, clips and show you, give you a little brief view, of what he does, what he's been doing. And along the way with this progress, will be keep you in the loop.
Yeah.
And you can see the progress from now, the surgery was less than a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll be showing, the therapy workouts and from ditch those crutches, hopefully pretty soon.
Hopefully.
Yeah. And the next thing you know, he'll be
back out there balling.
Yeah, back out there doing his thing. So, yeah, we'll definitely keep you all posted. I hope you all stay tuned. And it's definitely something, this is going to be a channel that we know you'll like.
Yeah.
And just remember to, as they say, like, share, and subscribe.
Subscribe, anything to push.
Spread it around.
Yeah, spread it out there.
Yeah, and definitely stay tuned for more.
Oh, yeah.
So, with all that being said, this is your host, Pops. And you two are
Smoove Debo.
Boyce B3.
And until next time.